Come on in, come on in. Welcome. Welcome to the Freedom Network channel. I am your host, Renelle. Welcome. And I am so glad to have you here today. So again, come on in. You know the drill. You're no stranger to this place. Come on in, have a seat. Thank you for bringing guests. Come on in. I welcome you all. Let's sit at the table. We're going to feast together. We're going to dine together. Amen. Come on in and welcome. So, you guys, again, I just want to check in on you guys and see, since we're all on this journey to becoming better individuals, correct, for ourselves, right? That's what we're doing. That's the goal. You know, we constantly need to do check-ins I want to check in to see how things are going for you guys. Make sure everybody's staying on task, that, you know, we're doing positive and uplifting things. We're being around positive and uplifting people. Old habits that we had, that we buried those, that they've died, and we've created some new healthy habits. Right? Yeah. So come on in. Today, let's talk about the circle that you keep, the circle that you're involved in, and let's just make sure that we're doing, again, a checkup to make sure that our circles that we're involved in are all healthy. Okay? So let's make sure that we're not hanging with people that means us no good. So I want to tell you, because I'm going to tell you guys about these type of people. I call them Three Stooges. Yeah, Three Stooges. I'm sure a lot of you guys can remember the Three Stooges. So the Three Stooges, three guys, always together. You always see them together. But the Three Stooges, you know, the way other people viewed them were not always good. You know, oh, the Three Stooges. When somebody say Three Stooges, you automatically think of somebody joking. You know, they look at them as being you know, smart or not. I don't want to say the word stupid, but they look at them in that sense. So I just want to talk about three type of people that you always want to make sure that you're not a part of that. You want to make sure that you're not that person, and you want to make sure that you're not around that person. Honestly, because it would just be a waste of your time. You're trying to get somewhere. There's somewhere you're trying to go. And being around someone like this, being in this type of company, you're going nowhere. You're going nowhere. And they're going to make sure of that. So when I say Three Stooges, because as we remember, with the Three Stooges, there was what? Moe, Larry, and Curly, right? So first I want to talk about the character Moe. Well, we know Moe was the sarcastic one. He was probably always the one laying the first slap. You know, if you think about it, anything that Curly and Larry said, he always called them idiots. He always thought every idea they had was stupid, or he would take it and make it his own. You know, he was just always, I mean, he was probably smart to a certain degree because he oftentimes led the group. But I think Moe did that because he wanted everybody to think he was the smartest. And I don't believe that Moe was the smartest. I think Larry was the smartest. Why? Because Larry was the one that often humbled himself. Larry was the one that often would come up with a lot of the ideas and inventions. But what would happen, before he can even get it out of his mouth, most of the times Moe and just snatched it up or then called him stupid. So now he has him second guessing himself. And then Curly, you know, Curly is the one, he's the fun-loving one. He may have even been the smartest of them all. Who knows? But Curly didn't let life get him down. You know, he was often seen laughing, joking, cracking jokes, because he just was not that person. You know, he wasn't the type that was going to pick on somebody or slap somebody first. You know, most of the times he was there for the love. So how many of us know that we're in circles like that? You're in circles with people that's downright mean. They're selfish. They only think about themselves. And the minute you come up with an idea, they try and take it for their own. They're bullies. They're bullies. And they'll tell other people that they're the brains behind the whole operation, the whole relationship. All along, they're hanging with you, but all along, they're thinking that they're better than you. And they're already making their plans on how they can't wait to get away from you guys. They're already making their plans. Oh, they telling everybody, man, they so stupid, this and that, and they don't listen. Man, I've been trying to tell them to do this and do that, but they don't listen to nothing I say. I can't wait. Man, it's just a matter of time before I cut them off. That's a Mo. But a Larry is the type, you know what? Hey, I was studying this and I got a way that all of us could be successful. I came up with a solution to where we all can make money. It's just that we all have to equally support and uplift each other. You know, that's a Larry. Larry will be that type. You know, hey Mo, I help you on Monday, and on Tuesday, we'll help. So let's say they'll help Mo first, then Larry, then Curly. Well, Larry is the type. Larry's gonna want to help. He's gonna be there to help the whole group. Mo is the type. He's gonna make sure he's first, because he's gonna get all the help he needs. And then when Larry calls and say, okay, I'm ready for my turn and Curly's turn, Mo gonna be busy. That's what Mo do. I know what we had planned, but something else came up, because all along, Mo is busy over here on the side working on his own thing. He's working on his own thing. He already, like I said, think he's better than the whole group. So you got to be careful. And like I said, when something is serious, and then you got somebody always being, and then, I mean, it could also be with, like, let's say Curly. Okay, we got some serious stuff going on. So now there's no time for jokes, laughs and jokes. There's a time to be funny, and then there's a time to be serious. So Curly can get himself caught up into some situations too, not taking things serious enough. But again, Curly gonna be fine, because Curly got a beautiful spirit. Like I said, it's those Mo's you gotta worry about. Because see, if Mo was to leave the group, what Mo don't realize, Larry and Curly can make it. Larry and Curly can make it, because guess what? Curly got the humility, and Larry got the sense. Larry has that creativity. So the two of them together can make it. But see, now Mo, because you done got all the ideas, and now, you know, you think you the brains of the ideas, so now you want to run off. Now you running off over here by yourself. Can't nobody tell you nothing, because you think you better. And this happens all the time. This happens all the time in friendships. It happens in families. This could be something that you might see with siblings. And the thing I want to just say is, you know what? There's often power in threes. And that's what we need to realize. You know, a lot of times I can remember when my daughter was growing up, and she was, you know, real young, and she had friends, and she would tell me, I always would ask her, how did it go today? You know, when she was with her friends. And what I noticed, it was always good when it was just her and one of the other girls. But whenever it was three, I could always tell, because when she comes home, she would look sad. And I'm like, what's going on? And she said, oh, nothing. I said, so how was your day? You know, how did it go? And it was always, well, those two, you know, they always link up together and they leave me out. Same with my granddaughter. Same thing. They have their little group. They're good if it's two, or if it's like six. But the minute it gets down to three, somebody gonna always feel left out, because somebody gonna always try. You're gonna always have that one that try and make that other one feel bad by linking up with the other one, and then they tend to leave that other one out. And see, it's a trick of the enemy, because threes, It's powerful. The number 3 is powerful. So what we need to do, if you're in a group like that, and if they truly love you and you love them, when you see that type of behavior, you call them out on it. You call them out on it. You say, hey, if you have to say, hey, I bind up that Mo from the Three Stooges spirit. And hey, let them know, you know what, you acting like Mo right now. You being very bossy. You're being very controlling. You're being sarcastic. You're gaslighting me. And I don't think that's cool. And if you care anything about me, you would stop it. Or if you got somebody that's like a curly, you know what? This is serious right now. You know, I love to have fun. I love to laugh and joke. But right now, we need you to be serious right now. And then it may even be a situation where Larry, who's always trying to be so serious, sometimes Curly may need to say, hey, Larry, loosen up a little bit. You're always so serious. Let's have some fun. We always talking business. Let's have some fun. So again, when you have 3 people in a group, that's a blessing because you can each glean and pull from each other. It's not a I'm gonna outshine you show. That's not the time for that. So again, I just want to again make people mindful because like I said, we're heading to we're on our journey, and that's to be better people so that we can be better people for our families as well. So you don't have time to be hanging with friends or so-called sisters or brothers and you're not getting anything out of it, out of the relationship. You know, we're hanging, we hanging to build each other up. I have a sisterhood, and in my sisterhood, we build each other up. I mean, from day one, God has used me to show them, hey, come on. And I was like that even as a child, a little kid. You know, we're outside playing double dutch and we having fun. And I was always the one, because for one, I was the only child at home in my mom's house. So I always wanted to do like fun things and like, you know, I'm like, let's make a club. You know, let's start a group. Let's start a dance group. Or let's do our own businesses. And then I had another friend that she wanted to be the treasurer. She was really smart. She always had her cash register, and she always said, I'm gonna be the cashier. I'm gonna be the treasurer. I'm gonna take the money because we're gonna have dues and everything. You know, and I was real excited about that because I always had that sense of sisterhood in me. I wanted a whole bunch of sisters, you know, growing up. I thought that was the coolest thing. You go to somebody's house and they got like 5 sisters. I remember one time I went with some family to on a vacation, and their cousins. It was like the guy had like 6 or 7 daughters, and I thought that was so beautiful. I'm like, wow, they must have fun together, you know. And they all appeared to look like they were all getting along. So I just saw so much strength in that. And that's how it should be in friendships. In friendships, women or males. If you're hanging together, don't let it just be, you know, not fruitful. You're hanging together to, first of all, genuinely love each other. Because see, that's where you have to stop. If the love is not genuine, then do yourself a favor and excuse yourself from the group before they excuse you, because it don't do nobody no good. You really don't like the men or the women that you're hanging with. You really don't like them. You just show up. Every chance you get, you're putting your mouth on them and you're talking about them. That don't look good. So what happens? You got people that's watching you guys. And you better believe they see that and they despise that in you. So what they're gonna do, the first chance they get, they're gonna go and warn the group. We're gonna let y'all know Y'all got a spy amongst y'all. Y'all got somebody rowing in the boat with y'all. Y'all rowing and they in the back drilling holes. People gonna let you know that. So if you know that you're that type of person, you know, you hanging in a group of, and I'm just gonna constantly say women because I'm a woman, but this refers to guys as well, because guys will do this too. And you know, it's always comparing each other. Well, you know, I did this and I did that and I got this and I got that. Or, you know, you're in a situation where, say, majority of you guys are married and one or two may be single. Yes, you talk about the goodness of marriage and you want to encourage your single sisters to get married and you want to let them know, you know, how good marriage could be. But you know, when you're trying to outdo them or you're bragging, you know that. Because let me tell you how you know. Because they don't need to know everything that your husband buys you. They don't need to always hear, because my husband this and my husband that. We know your husband by name. I mean, it'll start out okay, but then after a while, you got to start questioning yourself saying, is this person trying to make me feel bad because I'm single? Especially when they never asked you, how are you doing? How's things going? Have you met anybody great? You know, is there anybody you're dating? That's the number one way, you guys, to know if a person is not rowing with you. If they're not rowing with you, they don't ask you nothing about you. But every time something is great going in their life, they show up. Why? Because they know you are their number one cheerleader. They know you're going to cheer them on. You're going to make them feel good. And you should. You should. That's our job. I'm that person. I love doing that. Because I always say, I get something out of seeing you win, seeing you accomplish, seeing you do what you set out to do. I get something out of that. That gives me hope. And I can feel like, hey, I'm connected to you, so I'm connected to that. You know, I can come and celebrate you. I want to celebrate you because I know my celebration is coming too one day. But if you're with someone that they never ask you how things are going, they never, ever want to support you. You always build them. They can build you too. I don't want to hear that. I don't know. No, they know about that. Ask me, what am I doing? Ask me, how can I help? I have friends that ask that on a regular basis. Anytime I say, oh, you guys, I'm trying this, I'm doing this new thing. How can I help? I want to help. Let me know when you're doing it because I want to be a part of that. And those are the people that you want in your boat. Those are the ones you want in your corner. Those are the ones you want in your circle. And pay attention to expressions. You're in a group and it's a group of women. Pay attention to when everybody is talking and it's your turn. Don't be talking so much that you're not paying attention. Pay attention to facial expressions. Because they don't lie. They can't. They can't lie. You'll look up. Okay, well, girl, I guess. All right, you sure? You sure about that? Did you check into that? Because I don't know. You know, last time, I'm just saying. Or this is my favorite. Now everybody that had their turn. And now it's your turn, right? And you say, oh my gosh, y'all would not believe what God, da, da, da. Girl, what you got? Girl, whatever happened to da 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 da? Oh, I'm sorry, y'all. Go ahead. I'm listening. I was just asking her about da da da. No, you're not listening, and you're being very rude. I gave you the floor. Do the same. Be respectful to me. They ain't rowing with you. I don't care what it looks like. They're not rowing with you. A true friend loves at all times. One of my friends, my sisters, they going through something. I don't care what I got going on. Guess what? I'm going through it with them. I will never be so selfish and say, oh, well, I don't know what to tell them. Hey, I can't help them. I got this and that going on. Because for one, if you believe in God and you trust God, God says, you take care of mine and I'll make sure I take care of you. Because God sees everything. So he see you stopped your hustle, your flow to make sure your sister was straight. So everything that was coming your way, guess what? Now you're going to get it double. Because for one, you had enough faith to believe that anything that God got coming to you is yours. Can't nobody stop that. Can't nobody take that away. So therefore, it's nothing for you to go and be there for your friend. You married your friend going through a divorce. She needs you. She needs you. How dare you think you better than her because you're not going through a divorce? There may have been a time that you did, and Lord forbid, there may be a time that you will. So again, love, respect, and honor the people that God put in your life. You amongst your sisters, don't you dare sit there with your face frowned up. Like there's somewhere else you could be or would rather be. And another thing, don't be so sensitive. Our sisters love us. If you think about natural sisters, they argue all the time. They get into it. But when it's genuine love, it can be a hard pill to swallow sometimes, because that's the thing that I have not learned how to do. I have not learned to be that sister that just, I'm sorry, you may not want to hear this, but I'm going to tell you, and it may hurt you, but I'm going to tell you anyway. God is still working with me on that, because I'm not confrontational. And I know that when you do that, you run the risk of having confrontation. But I'm going to tell you, we think that that's bad. I don't want to be around her. She's always negative. She always trying to tell me this and tell me that. She don't always never have nothing good to say. Well, if they never have nothing good to say, then yeah. But if they're the ones that really thinks the most out the group, and that you can look at their lives and see that, you know, it ain't been too many times that they've steered themselves or others wrong, maybe you should listen to them. Because if you've taken them on as a sister, they love you. You know deep down inside your heart that they're not gonna hurt you. If you was out in the middle of the night in an alley and somebody was coming after you, and you know you were out there with those ladies, you know they would have your back. But see, you rather not be with them because you think you better than them. Now you want to go hang out with somebody that they'll leave your butt stranded in the alley. They're going to only think about themselves. I'm telling you, good friends are hard to find. They're hard to find. And when you find those good friends that you can even consider like a sister, you hold on to them. You hold on to them. You don't, every day is not going to be roses, because God didn't put you together for that. You're all different. And trust me, each one of you need everything that the other one has. God set it up like that. You're so powerful together. You're so powerful together. God has always given me a vision of bringing women together. And I have hurt so many times, because the more I would do it, the less it wouldn't work. There was always people that didn't want to stay connected. And I just couldn't understand. I'm like, but God, I know the vision you showed me. I saw it plain and clear. I saw the success. I saw everybody winning. But you always got to be careful, because somebody always feels like it's only so much money, and there's only so much fame, so much popularity, and I want it all. Somebody always get greedy. You got to be careful because you can be somewhere stranded on a mountaintop and you got a book bag. And in that book bag is so much food. But it might be 10 of y'all out there. And that food has to stretch until somebody finds you guys. But you be careful of that one that always want to carry the book bag. Always want to carry the bag. They always want to carry the bag because they always want to have access to everything. They want to control everything. Because see, while the rest of you guys are strategizing and that one holding the bag, well, guess what? When the time comes to sit down and eat, ain't nothing left. Y'all didn't even realize she was over there devouring the bag all by herself. She didn't even give y'all the opportunity. So now you gotta wait to be rescued, starving, and they over there full. And what good it doing? Because guess what? If none of you come and get rescued, you all in trouble. You got the 9 that, yeah, they're in trouble, they're starving, but you got the 1, you're in trouble too. You full, but you're still in trouble. There's always, just remember, there's always blessings attached to unity. Whether it's 2 or more, there's always blessings. All of the things that God has called me to do, I could never do them all by myself. I could never do them all by myself. And we need to stop thinking that if we're somebody doing something and we run into somebody that's doing the same thing, that's God. God is putting like-minded people together. It's okay. This world will never run out of money. There's enough for you and me. At that time, come together. Use your brain. You're very smart and intelligent. And say, you know what? We're doing the same thing. How can we make it different? How can we market you this way and market me that way? And if one seemed to pick up faster than the other, don't you get jealous. That's a test. Anytime jealousy and competition comes in, you got to say, ha, that's a test. Don't you fall for that. Don't you let that enter into your mind, into your heart, and don't you let it come out your mouth, and don't you let it be in your actions. You say, ha, devil, I got you. That's a test. That's my sister. I know she loves me. Because if I have something, she's right there, Johnny on the spot. You can't tell me that about my sister. Aren't we like that in our families? You can had a knockdown drag out with your sister. But let somebody come and try to tell you your sister thinks she all of this and that. You ain't even made up with your sister. Y'all still at odds against each other. But one thing you gonna do, you gonna stand 10 toes down for your sister. And you gonna let them know, how dare you think, what makes you think you can talk about my sister to me? That's my sister. Regardless of what you're going through. That's how we have to be in these friendships. And I remember, people always told me, oh, you can forget it, those girl group things, that don't work. And I was so determined. I said, I don't care what you say. God showed me the vision. I saw it. I saw it working. God is not a man. He does not lie. He didn't lie. Yeah, some may have aborted the mission. And that's okay too. They saw another path and they went different ways. But the thing is, we're still supposed to love one another. Because anything that was established on love, when it separates, the love is still there. The love is the thing that holds it all together. If love is the root, you can go on and start whatever you want to start. But I love you because we were there in the beginning. I remember when it was just a seed. I was there with you. So now that you have a tree, I'm going to still be there with you. Because I'm your sister. I love you. I'm your friend. I love you. You can keep getting rid of people like that if you want to, because I'm going to tell you, they're few and far in between. You will not run up on people like that too often. And don't take them for granted. It's the same way in a marriage. Don't take your spouse for granted if you got a spouse like that that'll go walk to the end of the earth for you. And now you thinking, oh, he ain't doing it fast enough. Or she ain't doing it the way I want her to do it, so I'm going to go get somebody else. You being set up. The enemy is laughing at you. That's a test, and you are about to fail that test. I know at my age, sometimes now, I got to say it, I look forward to the test. Because one thing I know, I said, I ain't got this old for nothing. I've gained a lot of wisdom and knowledge along the way. And I'm going to pass this test. This is a test from the enemy, and I'm going to pass this. And all I got to do is keep love in my heart, and I'm going to pass it. Just keep loving, 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 loving. And everything I do, if I teach, if I instruct, if I build up, if I motivate, if I inspire, do it all in love. It's hard to resist love. And it takes too much to hate. So again, my loves, just know your circle. And don't give up on your circle. Your circle is not going the way it should, going in those directions. Don't give up on them. If they love you, work it out. It's easier to work with those than to go find some new ones. Because now, guess what? You got some new issues, and you ain't ready for that. But I love you. I want to see you win. I love to see you win. Because when you win, I win. When you got that brand new fashion empire, that's good for me. Because now I got somewhere to shop. I got somewhere that I feel good to spend my money at. But if you think you're better than me, and now it's like you never knew me, I'll take my money elsewhere. I love to see my sister that's just, man, killing the game on the makeup. Guess what? I win. I got somebody I can call. Hey, I need my makeup done. Cosmetologist. Hey, I need my hair done. I'm winning too. I can talk about you with joy to others. I can refer others to you. Oh, you need this? Go check my girl out. Yes. Oh, girl, you got a friend that has a makeup empire. Oh yeah, girl, my girl is bad. That says something about you, because those are the circles that you're in. And when they win, you win. But again, do it all in love, because if you do it in anything else, what don't come out in the wash will come out in the rinse. And it won't be pretty, and you won't win. I love you guys. Thank you so much. Again, I'll be so glad when we get past this part, because it's so hard to feel the love, I know, because I'm probably striking nerves and touching tender spots. But we're going to get past this. So we got to do this right now so that we can get to the good part. Okay? When we going to get to the good part, it's coming. Just hold on. Just hang in there with me. We all been jacked up. We all got issues. But that's okay, because we don't have to keep them. And we going to get rid of them. One issue at a time. And we're going to do it in love. I love you guys so much. God bless you. Thank you. I hope you had something to take home and share with others. I appreciate you dearly. Thank you so much. And I'm really loving this, you guys. I am. I'm loving this. I'm loving it. I love y'all. God bless you. Have a good one. I'll see you soon.